yo. You have to learn to change your fire to light, yo. Hey. We don't have no space or time for fight, alright, yo. We just have love, no wrong or right, yo. No wrong or right, yo. Yes, we can come together in the sandbox. Oh, yes, we can make new friends in the sandbox. Oh, leave all the problem then and mind what you say. Brethren, build your journey and go on your own way. This is a chill place, yeah. You don't have to worry, no. This is your own base, yeah. You don't have to scurry, oh. We say, hey. We are gonna make this crew unite tonight. We say, yo. Inside will get your head on right. For me in a bad mind. Me not have no space or time to fight, yo. Me just act up, no wrong or right, yo. No wrong or right, yo. Come on. Oh, come together. We need some peace. Oh, just to enter. No time to waste. Right to center. Be positive. Oh, you know it's better. Yes, we can come together in the sandbox. Oh, yes, we can make new friends in the sandbox. Oh, leave all the problem then and mind what you say. Brethren, build your journey and go on your own way. Hey. Take time to modify your vibe tonight, yo.
Hello everyone and welcome to VoxEdit Monday with me, your host, Panda Pops. How the frig is everyone doing today? We have an amazing stream and I'm already going to link right now the Medium article to the new VoxEdit update. So 1 second. So let's get this Medium article linked. Here we go. Medium article has been linked for the latest VoxEdit article. Now, I will be taking your feedback and notes during this stream. Make sure that you have updated your VoxEdit, especially if you want to upload upload your assets to your workspace, because you need to have the latest version to upload to your workspace. So you can still create on the old version, you just won't be able to upload anything, so do keep that in mind. And that has been the same across all of our VoxEdit versions. This isn't something new that we've added. This is just, you know, this is just part of it, of what we always do. So let's just quickly skip to this screen right now, just so you can see. So I am on the new page, and we've got a few things here. So we've got the release notes that you can click onto. We can click to watch a video here, and I will be sending them the feedback because there is an actual, like a new release features video, whereas this takes us to like the art video, which looks absolutely fabulous. If you've seen it, we did a sneak peek earlier today before it released over on our Twitter, so make sure you are following the VoxEdit Twitter. But yeah, that takes us to a lovely art one, whereas maybe it should go to the actual update one. So I have added that. We then have a link here to come to our streams. So just in case people don't see our streams, then there's a link right there so they can see our streams. Watch our tutorials, and quick tips will actually pop up like our playlists right here, that is completely new. A new UI design here, but I do want to say hello to some of the people that have come in. So we've got Elcos, Jazzwolf, Yokeson, you. Who else is in here? Kaiten, Garnican, Vincentel, great to see you. Metaverse Street Journal, Vox Machina, Ayamanovic. You redeemed, yes, yeah. I'm pretty sure that you did fill it in, because I'm pretty sure I highlighted it, but let me just double check. And those avatars, they get sent like once, like all those NFTs and stuff, they get sent in a batch. So it's not like you win it and then we send it to you within a week or something. There is roughly a 3-month wait. However, I believe you did redeem it at a really good time, because we are aiming to do a batch send either at the end of April or mid-May. So you did actually fill that out at a really perfect time. Fill it out. You did win it at a perfect time, but I'm pretty sure, where are you? Wasn't that one? I think it was the one before. Yeah, there we go. I've got you. Yeah, highlighted you. Avatar Twitch channel points. Yeah, I got you. I got you, friend. And who else we got? Ian the IT guy, Marshall. Perfect. Great to see you guys in here. Once again, if you do have any feedback or any concerns, anything isn't working, you can let me know in stream, and I'm gonna note it down, and I'm actually sending a report at the end of the stream because people have already sent stuff over on Discord, and so I'm gonna get all that sent over. But there is a few things that the team did let me know that I feel like I should probably mention. Where is it? Where did you go? Okay, right. I'm just reading this, so sorry that I'm not looking at you. So they are finishing the fix for open in VoxEdit. Some people may have noticed the open in VoxEdit doesn't always work. So they're getting a fix for that. And then as well, some hotfix releases that are going to happen is so open in VoxEdit assets are not opening yet. This will be fixed in a hotfix release. And then upload to workspace. Apparently assets based on templates are currently not exporting, and they're hoping to push the hotfix today. Okay? But it's gonna take just a little bit longer than they anticipated. So they thought that if I mentioned it on stream, you guys are already aware of that. So open in VoxEdit should hopefully be getting fixed. And the uploading to workspace, if you are using a template, these are not exporting, and they should have a hotfix coming out today. Hopefully today. So let's jump in here right now. And so much of it is like, you'll recognize a lot of this, and most of the UI has just had like a little bit of a refresh, but you notice the bulk of it when we load in. Another thing that I do want to mention, and I'd love to get your feedback on this, Also, we do have a giveaway form coming out soon for an alpha pass. Okay, guys, stay tuned. Stay tuned. If you would like an alpha pass for Alpha Season 5, stay there. You can still win an alpha pass even if you have purchased an alpha pass. If you purchase an alpha pass, you can still win one. You just cannot win more than one in our streams, okay? Hopefully you understand that. You can win one even if you purchased one. So one thing that I do want to get your feedback on is the fact that bookmarks now appear at top, and then your recent files appear at the bottom below your bookmarks. So I'd love to get the feedback, and I think I might do a Twitch poll, sorry for those that aren't over on there. So just to see where people are at. And I'll leave that on there for 5 minutes for you guys. There you go. So make sure to fill that out. But let's jump in. We're just going to use this random asset here that we had before. So you'll notice that these icons have all changed a little bit. It kind of just looks a little bit sleeker. And what we can do is we can tab. Okay, so many of you must have been waiting for this. Let me know how excited you are. And I will say that this is more of a redesign update rather than a features update. So this is very much a redesign update. So what we can do now is we can actually grab and we can adjust the sizes of all of our panels. So all of our panels can now be picked up and grabbed and adjusted. We can even remove. So we can press X and just remove all of these. There we go. We can just have our library over in the side. We can get rid of that inspector one. We could just have it so we can see all of our library. Look at that. And now you might be wondering, great, you've just cleared everything. How am I meant to get that back? Well, I will tell you how you can get that back. You want to go to view, and then you can just select, like individually select here. You can also deselect. Look, now I've got rid of the library. Or you can reset panels to default. One thing as well is that inverse kinematics is automatically toggled off. And this is because this is a more sort of super level of using it. And it will give you pop-ups. So this panel includes advanced animation options as IK, a technique that allows you to create more realistic movements. For good results, your rig needs to be prepared properly. And you can click more information, which will pop us up to Big Vox Bear's video to understand how to rig for IK. So I feel like I am actually going to just straight up link this for the people interested in knowing how to rig up for inverse kinematics. What's inverse kinematics? So this is an animation technique that is slightly more advanced. And as the pop-up says, it is for more realistic movements. And I'm going to see if I can find like an example of how the movements work. It basically just means like the flow of the movements is sort of more connected and more fluid is the best way I can explain it. But yeah, that's a video that Big Vox Bear made. That is a very, very good one, but it is a more advanced way to animate, which is why it is automatically toggled off. And if you are interested in it, there are now pop-ups, and it will also link you to that video so you can understand how to rig it properly and just be able to understand how to go about it and use inverse kinematics. So as we said here, we can reset the panels to default, but another thing we can do is we can friggin' tab, guys. Like, look at this. You just click, grab. So what I'm doing is, can I place you back? Apparently not. What I'm doing is I am left clicking on the panel itself and holding that down, and then I'm just dragging over to this panel. And as we can see right here, we now have tabs. So we got our skeleton, our timeline, our what animations are playing, and we can like grab our inspector and move it on up here. Oh, you did not like that. There we go. Because I placed it over the top. And then what you can do is you can untab these by just grabbing the tab, clicking and like pulling out that tab. You could tab it back in. And we could just tab absolutely everything. Look at that. Look at that. And then we can still grab it and we can place it like up here. We could just have all of them in one tabbed area. The only thing that you can't do, much like me, I work on dual screen. If you work on dual screen, you cannot move your panels over to a different screen. Okay, so that's something you can't do. You can't move those panels over. Do we have any questions yet? Do I need to go over anything? Show you anything? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, 83% of you prefer recent on top. That is really, really good feedback. So thank you for that. So people, you guys seem to prefer recent on top. Although I feel like that small, like only 5 of you voted for recent on top. So I feel like with such a small amount of people that voting, I don't know whether I've got a full idea of how many people would actually like it. And also, Elcos, you subscribed with Prime, and you've subscribed for 18 months. I wonder, I'm gonna go off topic slightly, but still related. So as most of you know, that when you subscribe, or if you see ads, or if you decide to donate bits and stuff, I don't think people have done that, but if you did, something that you might not be aware of is now, because we've got the community build happening, and we are already on, VVox is already developing the first, as our first builder for the bottom layer, the builder area, and they've already been building that out, and it's been looking incredible. I think they posted on socials like their build video, but we are actually using the revenue that is donated by you guys towards us. We are feeding that back into the community. So that is going to go to buy this plot of land that this is going to be on. We are going to use it to hold events. So we're going to have sand rewards for events for there using this donated amount. We're going to buy like assets that you guys vote for to either put in the experiences or to do giveaways with. So all of that revenue that you guys have like put towards us, we are not keeping it. That is going back in some form to you guys, whether that's us buying creator assets, because that's going back to the creators. You guys that are watching, especially you're here watching VoxEdit, especially for you guys. It's gonna go to events, so you guys are the players. It's gonna go to you guys. So yeah, it's just so you're aware that like you guys subscribing and stuff like that, that sort of goes back to you guys. And I have been contemplating that maybe there'll be some special perks for people that subscribe or who are subscribed, but we need to figure out what that looks like. Whether it's like we get it, because we if those that don't know, on Twitch we can see everybody who's subscribed, and so but only on a set date. So maybe we'd have to decide like on date X, we will always look at who has subscribed, and then all of those people are eligible for X reward. Right, let's have a look at questions. Hey, Dimitri, how are you doing? Great to see you here. We're going over the latest VoxEdit. So there was a VoxEdit update. For those that don't know, you need to update your VoxEdit. Most people should see a banner that says update. And one reason you will want to update is because on all older versions of VoxEdit, you can't upload to Workspace. And this has been the case for years. So if you want to upload to your Workspace, you're going to want the latest version of VoxEdit. It is less of a feature update and more of a redesign update. But I want to read these questions from Vincentel, and then we're going to get that Alpha Pass giveaway out very soon. Very, very soon. You have a question regarding your workflow. Maybe there's a way to do something faster with this update. I'm copying the rotation angles in the 3 axes from one node to another. I don't know how to do it fast. I have to go to every keyframe and copy each number from the inspector on each 3 axes. X goes to X. I mean, you can do... One second. I'm trying to understand what you're asking. Where's my delete? Here we go. Oh no, I don't want to create folder. Do you mean like... Oh, reset! Okay, new VXM. A. Oh, and it's the same for in the VXMs. You can tab all of this. Or you can get rid of things. Like, I don't use layers, really, so I can get rid of layers. But let's say you are creating... There we go. I like it in a more condensed thing here. Well, what are you creating? You have a magical cube, which is going to have other cubes coming out. So first thing is we're setting the pivot point to the floor because this is going to sit on the floor. We're going to have a control node. We're going to have cube as a child node off of that. And then the cube is going to have 2 children nodes, which are particle. And then I'm going to duplicate particle right there. We've duplicated this. And I'm just going to reduce the size. And I'm going to make the color just slightly different. Okay, so for this particle, I want the rotation to be in the center. So I've moved the pivot point. And let's move the particle there and the particle there. Perfect. So we're going to start with the particles inside. And you're talking about, like, you want to rotate it. So let's just start with this item here. I don't know why I needed to do multiple cubes. You want to rotate it, like, 15 degrees one way. Wait, let's move our keyframe. Let's say it takes 1 second for it to move 30 degrees that way. And then around about half a second for it to move back. And then at 2 seconds, it has moved... Come here. It has moved this way. So and then we need to move it back. So let's... Is this what you're on about? Like, you're actually using the inspector? I rarely use the inspector. So let me hide this. So are you using the inspector to type in the exact value? Like, if you want it to move over here, you're typing in the 17 degrees? I feel like I need more of an example of what you're doing. Yeah, so when you are in the VXM, here, so we have our modes, we have our tools, and then we have like the miscellaneous. So we have the color picker, but you don't really need to use the color picker because you can just use tab. And then we have the pivot tool. So if you right click on that icon, it will give you two options. It'll set to the floor, which means it centers it in the middle on the floor. So it'll center it at 0, and this is 1414. So it'll center it at 7. I hope. Yep, 7 and 9. Oh, because that's 18. The 7 and 9 there. So it'll center it in the middle on the floor. And then set to center means it is now at 7 high, 7, 9. So it'll take these and half the value. Now, your pivot point may vary drastically depending on what you are creating. And as an example of that, let's just go home. As an example of that, let's go look at a human. Because the humans have very different pivot points. So the pivot point for this arm, and let's just go to world here. The pivot point is actually, no, sorry, I can't be on there. Don't be on the world when you're looking at your pivot point. This is the pivot point for the arm. You see how it's high up and in the middle, but not quite at the end? That's because of like how an arm moves. So when you're placing your pivot point, you've really got to be thinking about where that item would rotate or move from. Oh yeah, if you're trying to do an NPC, as Jazzwolf says, I have a video for that. Let me get the video for you. Let me get the video. It's a super easy video. This is why you're fairly new, Vincentel, correct? So you may not have ever been around when we had the Hints and Tips channel, and that had so many videos that could have helped you here. 1 second. If I just type in unlock. Yeah. Here we go. How recent is this? My hair is blue in this video. Here you go. The custom avatar is just 1 VXM, and I'm copying the oh my gosh. Yeah, no. Dude. No. You unlock that human. Watch that video. Watch that video. Yeah, hints and tips are the best. You can just watch my YouTube videos, and you can also ask me, hey, can you make a video on this? And I will add it to my list and make a video. Especially if it's like, I've got a lot of quick tips that go on the VoxEdit, Twitter. But I did link you guys. Oh no, where's that medium gone? Jazzwolf, do you mind linking the medium? For if you have it, but let me catch up on chat. Doesn't use layers. VVox, what do you end up using layers for? Because I do not feel like I find a reason to use layers. I used layers once to try and make something. I was like, okay, I'm really going to try and use layers. I personally only feel like layers are useful is if I'm creating a set of characters and I just want to be like, okay, I'm making this face. Okay, let me go to a different layer, turn that off, add some glasses to it. That is now character with glasses layer. And then I just toggle between them and upload as new characters. But I think I'd rather just import the character, import the model and then just edit it from there. Yeah, honestly, because I feel like layers are not that helpful. I don't know how you're using layers, but to me, the layers aren't that useful for what I do. Maybe for whatever you're building, they're super useful, but when I'm building, they are not that useful. Also, who did alert? What did I miss? Jazzwolf, what did you alert me to? Yeah, Temio, new VoxEdit. Also, we're going to have a giveaway form come out in just a moment. Go get your friends here. Get your friends, your granny's granny. Come on, guys. Get them over here for this latest giveaway. What's today's date? It's the 14th today. I didn't update the date on this. Okay. Let's publish this. Save. Let's get this link. Okay, as soon as I see it... Oh! If we get 2 more people in here, I'm going to link that giveaway form right now. Oh, thank you, Jazz Wolf. Well, that was really helpful because I think I did look at roughly around the time that you said that. Marshall... Honestly, Marshall, I don't use the alt that much, so I didn't even notice it wasn't working until you pointed it out. I am gathering information and I'm sending a report basically after this stream. So during this stream, if you see any issues, that doesn't mean that if you tell me on a different day that I'm not going to report it. But obviously, I'm going to send like a big, like, this is people's reaction to the new VoxEdit. Oh no, I look at restreams, so I never see when those ads come up. I apologize. Right, here's the giveaway form. Let me just add... Oh wait, I'm posting it in the wrong place. Giveaway form. Anybody on X needs a giveaway form. I'll try and toggle between them. If an ad was... Oh yeah, ads are fine for a little bit, so we should be good. Okay, let's take a look at this. So optimized tab workflow, so you can now tab multiple menus together, keeping your workspace clear and tidy. We already went over that. We've talked about it. We'll still talk about it again. Improve panel display. Slot your panels together for easy access and customize them to meet your needs. Expanded ownership over panel system. Basically, a lot of panel system stuff. Cameras and lighting panels. Lights, cameras, action. Our camera and lighting panels have been improved, so you can now configure your camera and lighting controls. We actually didn't look at that. So right here, we've got lighting settings. You can now really edit your lighting settings. If you so wish. And then our camera settings, so sensitivity, scale. Ah! Big scale, little scale. So that's one of the new ones. Okay, we went over the inverse kinematics, so that is now automatically toggled off, and you need to go to select inverse kinematics in the view area. So in view, it's automatically toggled off. If you toggle it on, it gives you some like pop-ups and stuff, so you understand that you are doing like doing something that's for higher modeling people. Oh, VVox, so they use alt like this. Like if you hold alt, and it allows you to move your camera like this instead of... I use my middle mouse wheel. Maybe, like, to me, that's easier. Like, I'm not there, like, doing that. To me, using my middle mouse wheel to move around and then using my right button to go round. So my middle mouse button does the same as what alt does. However, alt is not doing that if you go into the VXM. Yeah, Marshall, do you... Oh, wait, are you using, like, a laptop or something, and that's why you can't use a mouse? Maybe that's it. Where were we? Yeah, so that's the alt thing, was to move around that asset, is what I'm assuming it is. Right, let's get back. Color theme. So this is more for Mac users. So the color theme is now available for P3 profile display, adding a vibrant touch to your interface on Mac displays. So that's for Mac users. The highlight colors features distinguish key elements of your design and improves the visual appeal of your asset. New versioning system. So they are now versioning, where's an easy way for me to get to the version? Where are you? Oh, there we go, at the bottom. So now it has VoxEdit, and then it has 2025 1.0, and then the number. Before it was like a bunch of like numbers and stuff and letters. So now they've added a better versioning system, so people can look at it and be like, oh yes, it is this VoxEdit version. And performance. The performance of VoxEdit should be much better, and then you can also click on this and do the stuff. Sorry about that. Just had to answer a quick thing. So yeah, that's it. It's mostly all about the panels. And there have been a few things, so bookmarks are at the top. Now that there's quite a few more of us here, I do want to just redo that poll. So I did do a poll earlier. So VoxEdit, bookmark on top, or recent. And once again, we'll leave it on for 5 minutes. So basically the question is asking, do you prefer bookmarks on top or do you prefer recent on top? And there's a few more of us here right now. But I do want to get user feedback. So, these are the things, 1 second, I just want to get up what I have already typed up as sort of feedback, I guess. Where are you? There you go. Okay, so feedback is, for Marshall in particular, they are on what I think is an ultra wide screen, so their the visuals look a bit odd for them. And I think it's because VoxEdit doesn't support really wide screens. But we'll see if there's a way you can get around that. And I've mentioned the alt. Some people have stated that it is a little bit laggy, which, especially when moving the panels, I have found zero lag. Like, why are you not letting me tab you? Let me tab you. There we go. Like, when I'm moving these, I'm not really... Maybe this is because this isn't a big enough build. Maybe if it's bigger, it's a little bit more laggy. But for me, this isn't that laggy. If you remember, if you want, you can also just hide everything. You can toggle everything off. It's like, no, I do not want anything on my screen. I want a clear screen to look at my asset. We can reset. I have just noticed that the nodes and faces have disappeared. Oh, it's at the bottom. Okay. I'm gonna have to update that for contests. in all fairness, this has 40 nodes isn't very much, but yeah, what is everyone's feedback? We can use it with the middle mouse. Yeah, you can. Look, if I go in, look, middle mouse, woo, and then to go to the side, you got to use your right mouse button. Which I don't think. Do you have to do in this version? Let me. Oh yeah, you still have to use the right mouse. You still have to click that down. Yeah, so. Ah. Yeah, I'm using the middle mouse button right now. So it really is just tabs galore, guys. How are people finding the performance? Let me know. How are we doing with the vote? Okay, so far we're on recent on top is still winning. We've not had many people vote. Please, if you are watching on Twitch, please vote. Where do you prefer the bookmarks? I need a higher amount of you guys voting. Vincentella, I don't know. I don't think the middle mouse button has been always the way that I have used it, which is why I have never used Alt. And Alt still works in this view. Like right now I'm using Alt in this view. So it still works in this view. I can ask if they can add it back into VX, like to add it back into the VXM view. Ooh. But middle mouse is what I use and have always used. There we go. We're getting a little bit more votes. Come on, guys. I need a higher amount of you voting. Bookmarks, and just so people are aware and can see what I'm on about, right now, bookmarks appear on top, and then the most recent files appear at the bottom. It used to be the opposite way around. So recent at top, bookmarks at the bottom. Do we have chat? Any lag? Any of that stuff? Are we having a hard time? I have noticed personally for me that if I close VoxEdit and reopen it, I do notice templates take slightly longer to reload, but not by much, not enough for me to notice. There we go. Okay, we had more people vote this time, and recent on top is by far the winning vote. I am finding a little, personally for me, I am finding a little bit of lag when I'm on the screen trying to select what to go on. But I am streaming at the same time, although that's never usually an issue, but I will add that. Okay. Yeah, I like using the mouse wheel more, mainly because I also, let's just say I'm in here, I like to use my left hand to be able to grab hold of tab or shift if I'm wanting to toggle between, wait. Shift doesn't work! Did that change? And pan camera is meant to be alt, so that is good to bring it up. I have started using shift all of the time. What happened to my shift? That's going in there. I never noticed it during the testing. Oh, I am noticing some lag now. Interesting. Tab does still work. And to give you guys an example, let me just color that in. So I can hold tab and I can select on any color, and it will actually move where that color swatch is. So if you've built something quite large and you're like, oh, I need that color from over here and I need to place it over there, then, you know, you can just grab the whole thing. All right, what else have I missed? They changed it to up left? No. This, I know this is here. I know the erase and create here. There was a shortcut where you could press shift, because I have a VoxEdit quick tips on it. You could press shift and it would toggle you between them. So if you were on erase, which I feel like they've switched erase with create, but that's a small thing. If you were on erase, it would move, you would hold shift and it would go to create, and then if you were on create and held shift, it would go to erase. In between the windows, I have a small asset open and it's a little laggy. Also, even with this version, it seems you don't need to sign in. You can still upload the assets without signing in. You shouldn't be able to. You should not be able to. But let's test. I'm always happy to do a little test. Log out. It might be because it's connected to like when it goes to upload. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, right. File, upload to workspace, upload. Did you freeze? Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, it does. Interesting. I want to test something. I'm gonna go to Big Panda real quick. Okay, I actually want to test this. I'll let you guys see. So I have two accounts. I have my main account and then I have my other account that I do QA and other stuff on. And so I want to actually see whether being signed into my second one will open. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, so it comes up with this. You are trying to upload an asset with another account that you are logging in. That needs checking. But yeah, that comes up. So the next thing I want to do is now try it while being on the correct tab. Damn it, stop clicking that. Now being on the correct tab over here, and I'm trying to figure out if it's using the tab or, yeah, okay, it's using the tab. So now it's let me, I'm logged into PandaPops 2 on this one. So it's reading you being logged in. So if I actually log out, and once again, actually, I don't need to go to that because I'm just going to log out. So if we log out and I go to upload, are you going to open up the tab for me? Okay. Let's see what it says. It asks me to log in. Okay, so yeah, it's basing it off of the browser and if you're logged into the browser. Oh, there we go. Jose's there. Jose, I feel like that wasn't always the case, though, because there were times when I wasn't logged in. It told me off for not being logged in. Like, it just wouldn't let me. So is that new? Is that a new thing that was added? Also, Jose, while you're here, what happened to my toggle? I didn't notice this before, but I can now no longer use shift to toggle. Oh, no, don't do that. It used to toggle, and I've only just noticed. Can we bring it back? Thank you! I will also put it in my report to you. But otherwise, you know what? I could just give you the report here. Yeah, here, we're doing it live. We've already been live for a while. We've gone over all of the tabs. We've read the Medium article, which I will once again link for you guys. So we got the Medium article. If you guys want to go read that, this has everything that's new. It has we're gonna have to rename that, but it has the new redesign, beautiful video made by the art team, and then we have the new feature update recorded by me, which goes over all of the new features and shows you how to go about doing that. We also have an update to our central Git book, which I will get to you later. But otherwise, tabbing, guys, look at this. And I feel like most of it is like you can click and drag. You can resize all of these. So if you're like, I wonder, yeah. Like you can just be like, look, I want you not tabbed up there, silly. I just want the save here. And you're like, yeah, and I just want the material panel to just be teeny tiny or large so you can't even see what you're building. You can click and drag all of these out. You can readjust their sizes. You can even tab them. Now, for someone like me, I keep forgetting material and palette are two separate tabs. For someone like me, I'm always going to want to be on probably the palette and then occasionally move over to the toolbar. The good thing is, obviously, if we get shift sorted, I use shift a lot for creating, but having the tab there, and tab does work, and that allows you to pick any of those colors, so you don't always need to go back to your palette. But I think for the most part, me having the material and palette tabbed over in this corner is how I'm probably gonna work, and I will keep the menu up there because I use the menu a lot. Only parts of the menu, but like the toolbar, I'm gonna have to figure out how I want my toolbar to look. Toolbar, and I've got to say the best one is just the workspace, because so many of us have been wanting things like being able to, for me, popping out my skeleton panel and just being able to resize this bad boy, so much more helpful. And just being able to remove things, like if I don't want, like up here, I'm probably not going to use a lot of this all of the time. So just being able to like toggle it off or even have it tabbed. And the same with like animations. Oh, where you gone? Being able to just tab all of these. And you're gonna want to probably adjust them to however you're designing at that time. But you can have it, like, I've clipped it to the top where the main menu is, and now I can just come on in. If I want to drag that down, I can. Not that many of us are gonna want it dragged that far down, but it is a possibility. And now you can just really bespoke your workspace to your heart's content. Oh, importing from Magica Voxel. So are they referring to, because I don't think we've had it for a while. Let me just reset. So there used to be where are you? I want to do it on one that I'm not using. So we'll go to the one I'm gonna delete. So it used to be, let's create a child node A, B. It used to be that here you would be able to, there would be one called import from Magica Voxel. That has not been present for a really long time. We haven't had the actual import from Magica Voxel appear there for a while, but you can import VXR or Vox, and that means that you should be able to import those files from Magica Voxel. I did it on the last version. I'm not sure. I don't really use Magica Voxel that often, but I'm pretty sure Magica Voxel uses Vox files, which means they should be able to import it. Let me just see. Do I still have Magica Voxel? I do not. So what I will do is, once I have finished streaming, I will download Magica Voxel. I will then make something and test whether it can be imported over. And if they are thinking about the import from Magica, that's not been yes, Vox. Okay, so we'll have to test that. We'll have to test the Vox one, and I'll test that after the stream. So Jose is saying that something to share the entire UI and many things have been made from scratch, so there are a few things that could appear, just so people are aware. Let me catch up. I feel like I'm pretty caught up. And if Jose, if you are still here, one of the things Marsha was on about, so we noticed in, and I don't use it, this is why I never noticed it, because I do not use it. In the animator workspace, holding Alt and moving works. I use my middle mouse button, it does the same thing. But if you click to go into the modeler, and I did test because I opened up the old version, if you go into the modeler, you now can't hold Alt and move around. I do wonder, is it because this isn't big? And so it's like, you don't need to move around this. No. So yeah, it's just, there's that bit of feedback, but they didn't realize that middle mouse wheel, the mouse wheel in the middle does the same thing. Would it be possible to add a feature where you can choose your own background color when pressing the circle button? This one? You can toggle all of these, and I think it keeps for, like, this will stay for that one. Otherwise, you're probably looking at preferences, and then your preferences you can switch from dark, mid-dark, blue, purple, gray, display. Wait, where's the white display? You took it away. Okay. And then you can also choose these highlight colors. And then we've got all our shortcuts here. Any other questions or anything that we got? I do want to just link that giveaway form one final time for the Alpha Pass guys. I always think it's a really good idea to get, like, people's, like, what that they would like to see. So what are things that people would like to see? So, Dr. Metaverso, I'm just going to put them as future asks. Metaverso, do you mean, like, I want to just check, add a feature where you can choose your own background color. So do you just mean, oh, so you mean when you press this circle, an option comes up to be like, add your own background, and then you can choose it, or that this stays across all of yours? So, like, choosing this is just for everyone. Okay, you want one where you can select, so you click this and basically the material panel pops up and you can select off of that material panel. That's like a future thing. Okay, that's a good future ask. Any others? Any feedback? I feel like a few of you have now said that there is some lag. It does. It is like so. I feel, and I know the team behind it. They spent so long making it. So me saying like it feels like a small thing, but it's actually really large. Is obviously it's not a small thing to redesign a whole UI. That is a big thing. But as a for users to look at it, it's like, oh, that's like a small change in the whole of VoxEdit is like, oh, a visual change may seem small, but it's such a big change at the same time. It feels far more sleeker. It's got an overall more updated feel to it. It feels a lot more fresh, sleeker, more up to date, so it just feels a little bit more modern. And honestly, the panel system is the best. I say as I occasionally struggle to tab my menus. There we go. I don't know why you dislike being tabbed so much. I know you can be. We'll just ignore you. It will be ignored until it complies. Right, let's add the menu bar back. There we go. It just needed to go into timeout. And once again, super easy. So you can like just close all of those. If you tab them, it closes them all together. And all you need to do is go back to the view. You can reset panels to default, or you can just bring up the one that you want. And just get that designed the way that you want the layout to look the way you want it. And for me, just being able to move so many of these around, it's just a friggin' lifesaver. And I will just note one thing, which is, so you have your timeline at the bottom, and I'm in the way. So I'm gonna hide me for a second. Okay, so we've got our timeline here at the bottom, and you'll notice this little one here. If it says playing idle, this is automatically sort of minimized. So you want to click that, and then it'll play it out, and we have no animation, so we can't select any others. But we can add here, so we can create new animations from here. We can import animations, and we can clean up. So delete all animations but current one. Well, we only have one, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's test that. Let's do that right now. Let's show people how we can do that. So let's be like, okay, I don't want that there. And I want skeleton there, and I'm gonna tab. Why, menu, do you not like me? Oh, right, timeout. You menu bar. I think I've got to expand. Wait a minute. You only like being tabbed at a certain size. Cheeky. Okay. So now we have our skeleton and menu bar tabbed at the top. I actually don't want it tabbed at the top. I'm just gonna have it in this corner. There we go. We've got our skeleton and menu bar in this corner. So it's not... I don't think anything's changed in terms of the inverse kinematics. It's the fact that we didn't really have a way to educate people how to use it, because you really needed to set up a rig. And so that is why we turned people away. Now you get all of these. So if you click it, you get like, hey, this is an advanced animation option, and you can click more information. It'll take you to a video which will show you how to set up your rig so you can be properly prepared, because a lot of the times using IK just meant that people didn't know how to set up their rig, so they were unable to use inverse kinematics properly. So now this should help people use inverse kinematics properly. But yeah, so we've set this up. So we've got our skeleton menu bar, we've erased the animation bar, and we've got our timeline down here, our library, and let's just close the inspector. So we've just got our library over here. So we're gonna go to Big Me so I can close it. I'm gonna click yes to save. Actually, I don't need to go to Big Me because you just get this screen. And then I have pinned VoxEdit to my taskbar. If you need me to show you how to do this, I will. Just ask. Open up. Look at the great screen. Look at this. Okay, and then we hop back in. And there we go. Looks exactly how we left it. Now, did Jose say that it saves for all of them or just that one? There we go. It saves for all of them. Open absolutely anything and it remembers it. There you go. What do you guys think? Should we do another Twitch poll? Hey, Play Games, how you doing? So today's stream is a bit shorter, just because we were doing... Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert for what? Wait, what was I gonna do the poll for? Oh, how much you guys enjoyed the new version. I was like, why am I doing a poll? Okay, right. In the future, you'll be able to save your own layout. There you go, you got spoilers. Jose dropping spoilers. Oh, Jazz, so that is in the report. You know, I feel like I'm just giving the live report right now. Jose, we've done 2 Twitch polls now, and both times, because we have a different amount of viewers and different people in here, and both times, having the recent at the top won both times. People prefer recent and then the bookmarks. Just, that's still going to be in the report that I send you later, but we took 2 votes. We did 2 votes at 2 different times of this stream, just to really make sure. To really make sure. Hey, Knoble, how you doing? How is everyone doing? But also, I will be happy to make a proper sort of survey form, I guess, where people can, where we can get it out to more people rather than just the people on stream. Maybe get a little bit more out there. But who else have we got in here? You guys have been missing everything. Right, I feel before we end, which by the way, oh, Just Wolf recently linked it, but I will link it on Restream. So guys, if you would like an Alpha Season 5 pass, please fill out this giveaway form. Keep in mind, as if you have purchased one, you can still win one from what I was told. You just can't win a second one in our streams. So if you've won one in our streams, you're not eligible. But even if you have purchased one, you are still eligible to win another one. Okay? You can. Before we finish, we're going to do just a quick look at the Medium article again for you guys. So basically, the top 3 items are all about panels. So optimize tab workflow. You can now tab multiple menus together, keeping your workspace clear and tidy. Improved panel display. You can slot your panels together for easy access and customize them to meet your design needs. Expanded ownership over panel systems. Customize your workspace by showing, hiding, snapping, collapsing, and expanding panels to create the perfect layout. Camera and lighting panels. Lights, cameras, action. Our camera and lighting panels have been improved, so you can now configure your camera and lighting controls to have more control over your settings. The developers match movement of cameras rotating, etc. So VoxEdit and Game Maker have the same. What do you mean play games? Oh, do you mean if you're rotating, like if you're rotating an asset, Game Maker actually reads it as, they read the animation the quickest way possible? I don't know. I don't know if that's been updated. But if you mean an item hidden and sometimes you might see it like slide out, it's because you didn't animate it correctly. And I made a VoxEdit quick tip especially for this because it used to be the case, and I will go over it. Let me just go over this and then I will go over that for you, play games. But maybe just add a little bit more like exactly what you mean. So yeah, improve lighting panels so you can have more control over your lighting settings. Inverse kinematics, you can now enjoy a smoother experience. Improved guidance for your inverse kinematic needs. Color theme is for Mac displays. Highlight colors, the highlight colors feature distinguishes key elements in your design and improves the visual appeal of your asset. New versioning system, we went over that earlier. Performance improvements, so there's been optimized the system and UI for faster load times and smoother performance, including a full visual system refactor to enhance overall efficiency. We also have a lovely video that you should go check out. We also have a second lovely video by the art team that you should also check out. And I'm just going to show you quickly here all of the stuff that we went on about. Reset panels. Perfect. This is what you usually see when you load into the animator. You also see something very similar when you load into the modeler, minus my asset being created. This is the usual view that you will be greeted with. But for now, we're going to concentrate on the animator flow. So first things first is that you can actually now adjust so much more of your tabs. Some of these have changed a little bit. So a library and inspector can now both be viewed in one place. So they are already basically tabbed for you. Not even tabbed, they're just there. We can also close. So if you're like, I don't need my skeleton, get rid of it. I don't need my inspector and library, get rid of it. You're like, I do need my timeline, but I don't want to see my timeline. That's all right. Just shrink it on down, collapse it down. You're like, oh, I really don't need to see this menu at the top, but I want to keep it there. Collapse it down. You get to see the menu bar, like name. There we go. We've got it. You want everything back. Go to view and reset back to default. You can also toggle on and off any of these. You can just automatically go to the view and just turn some of those back on if you so wish. You can move them around your screen. The only thing you can't do is move them to another screen. They are set within the VoxEdit window itself. Although saying that, where are you going? Do you move over there? No, it just disappears. Oh, it snaps back in. Okay. I was like, where are you going? Little menu. We then can also grab, move around, and we can slot together. We can tab galore. Look at us go. And I have noticed that these need to be a set size. Especially this menu bar. Look. Oh. How small do you need to be? Now it's working. Never mind. If the menu doesn't slot in, make it slightly bigger and it should. And now we've got tabs on the side. Look at this. We got our library, skeleton, playing. So that's our animations, our inspector, and our menu. We can then make it small. We can see the tabs from here. We can see all the tabs that we've got. Make it all big again. So much that you can do. You need to move stuff around, have all that there, and then you can move galore. Expand it out, and it will save it. Save it for you. We then have the lighting and camera options here. So we can adjust our lighting, altitude, all of that fun stuff. We then can adjust our camera sensitivity. We can also adjust how near or far we are. So much. Wish we had a separate slot for a cape so we can wear a chest piece as well as a cape. Jazz Wolf, that is not VoxEdit, but I agree. Any chance did it? Oh, wait. I mean, maybe it's already done. When you create and want to zoom in, /out, rotate, screen, it was different button keys in VoxEdit and Game Maker. Oh, yeah, they're not... The VoxEdit keys are all the same. Nothing's changed in VoxEdit. Like, if I want to rotate round, yeah, it's... None of these have changed. They have stayed the same. Sorry, I thought you meant, like, animations. So, and I feel like I am gonna mention it as well. Where are you? Oh, it's because I got rid of the timeline. Here we go. So, in the timeline, let's go, there we go. So, in the timeline, I need something with animation. No, I don't want to mess about you. What has animation? Here we go. You have animation. I've got to put you back. I've got to figure out how I like my panels, but for now, here we go. Right. So the important thing is when things are being animated. Okay, so right here. And I haven't even done it here. So I will need to. But you see how they're appearing there and then they've disappeared? It used to be that linear still allowed that to be instant. You actually need to make sure to put it on instant. So sometimes you might notice that in Game Maker, in VoxEdit, it looks like it's just disappeared. And then in Game Maker, you kind of see like a quick slide motion. And that's because you need it to be on instant. At one point, linear did work. However, that was never... It wasn't really meant to. It was more like it was just there and it did the job and it looked fine. But really, it needs to be on instant. So I know that's not to do with the new UI stuff, but I just thought I'd just doubly mention that it needs to be on instant. So you, on your animation, you right click, there's the interpolation, and you want it to be on instant. Okay? That's what you want it to be on. Okay, guys, this was obviously a shorter VoxEdit stream, but it's because we were going over the new update. If you have any issues, please feel free to reach out over on Discord. Also, wait, where's the feedback? Oh, good, it's there. Also, you can fill out a feedback form, even if it's not like just general feedback. If you have like an issue, you can fill out that feedback form, which the team for VoxEdit will see, and they will be able to respond to you. You are obviously welcome to go to Discord and make a Discord ticket, which I will help you with. Or you can just ask in Discord, because, you know, some things we already know the answers to, but you also can fill out that feedback right there. Oh, this is new. Tutorials. It opens up my... Did I always do that? Oh. Oh, what was the... Oh, no. I didn't... How do I see... How do I see what the results to the poll was? How do I see that? I'm sure there's a way. I know there's a way. I've lost it. Silly Go West. Either way, I'll go and find that for us. Don't forget. Oh, I've got to reveal the winner to the for the VoxEdit contest for the Alpha Pass. Oh, not many of you filled that in. Not many of you wanted an Alpha Pass, I see. I already told you, you can win one and still, you can buy one and still win one. Right, let's see. Chat, choose a number between 2 and 13. That's right, only 12 of you filled out this form. Somebody give me a number. Any number at all. Where's chat gone? Garnicum 15 isn't a number for you to choose. 6. Thank you, Go West. Ooh. So the winner is... Oh, Vincentel! That's amazing! They're new as well! Vincentel, GG's! So I will announce when Alpha Passes are sent out. They're usually sent out in batches, and it usually takes about a week after you've won it. So you've won it today, so you probably should get it either this Friday, if you're really lucky, or it will be next week. It usually takes about that amount of time to get sent over. Don't forget, guys, update VoxEdit if you haven't already. Oh, okay, Garnican. Yeah, no, 2 to 13. We only had 12 people fill it out. Only 12. No, and we got 36 here. 37. Yay, Vincentel. GG's. And Vincentel is one of our newer, like, community members and newer creators. And a little bit of beans for you guys. We have a VoxEdit contest coming up. We have a new VoxEdit contest coming up. It should be starting Friday. And I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this one. I have reached out to a different Web3 game, and we're doing kind of like, not like a full partnership. It's not like they're partnering with the Sandbox, but for this VoxEdit contest, we are collabing with them. And one person from the top 5 will be selected for their asset to do something in their game. So yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be a good one, and I really feel like you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this. And just as well, for the people that came in here slightly later, I do once again, this was what I was told earlier today. So there's going to be some hot fix released later, hopefully today, but the open in VoxEdit, currently the assets are not opening, but this should get fixed. And upload to workspace, assets based on templates are currently not exporting to the workplace. However, a hotfix should be coming for these things. Please let us know, please, 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 if you are having any issues at all with the latest build, and we will make sure that the team here's all of these issues and gets on fixing any. Hopefully you won't have any issues. It has been great showing you the new UI for VoxEdit. It's, not Jackie Chan. I already said, you can, even if you have purchased a pass, if you have not won one in this stream, you are eligible to get a second one. You could sell the second one. You could give it to a friend. You could give it to your mother. I don't know, but you could do those things. And Vita Valine over on YouTube. Great to see you here. As always, wait, oh, we should find somebody to raid. Let's see who's streaming. I think Quadrail's Art might be streaming. Yes, let's raid Quadrail's Art. I think I'm finishing a bit earlier than what I usually do for them. But they will be streaming the Sandbox later today. Oh, and Shakespeare went live. Damn it. I've already started inputting for the raid for Quadrell, but let's make sure to give OG a shout out. So that's for Quadrell. Let me grab OG Shakespeare. I wanna get a shout out. So you guys can go over to OG as well. Please be right. No, you didn't give me the right OG. It's gotta be all lowercase. It's gotta be lowercase. There we go. It slows down a little bit when you go to the VoxEdit window. Which VoxEdit window? I found that it slows. It feels like it slows when I go over any of these. For a moment, now it's fast. I feel like there's just like a slight buffering time. So if I go back to home, it goes slow. Right, it feels slow, feels slow, feels slow. Now it feels quick. Oh. Yeah, I think you can adjust the speed. I agree. I'm switching. Yeah, I'm switching over.